Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! And welcome to your WWE Royal Rumble 2016 prediction video. And, yeah, there ain't a whole lot to look forward to on this shitty fucking pay-per-view. There ain't much rumbling gonna go on in this pay-per-view. It's gonna be very predictable. Nothing's going to be too hard to be surprised about, except maybe a few matches, like the regular matches. The Royal Rumble itself, not so much. But let's get into it. So we have currently, right now, the first thing we'll talk about is the New Day defending the tag team titles against the Usos. Now, this match could be interesting. It could be just a filler and nobody gives a fuck kind of thing. I really think that this match is going to be the New Day walking away, retaining their tag team titles. I think it might be a good match all around, or at least decent, but it could turn out to be crap altogether anyway. So, I mean, it could be exciting. It could be just a joke. The next match after that we have on this card for Sunday. Hopefully I'll be able to watch this. I'm actually moving, so I'm not sure if I'll be extremely busy on Sunday night. Hopefully I won't be, so I'll be able to catch this. We have Charlotte defending the Divas title against Becky Lynch. And this match could be a show stealer. I really think this could be a really big-time surpriser. I actually do not know who's really going to walk out as the champ. Truthfully, to take a safe bet, I'm pretty certain they're going to stick with Charlotte retaining the title against Becky Lynch and maybe making this build all the way into the WrestleMania pay-per-view, which would be smart. Because they're about the only two people in the women's division right now that are even remotely decent or somewhat worth watching. Everybody else is just a complete waste in the women's division, and it's a fucking bore fest altogether. It's just the same old shit. Nothing interesting, nothing new. We also have the United States Championship match with Del Rio versus Kalisto. Del Rio versus Kalisto, I'm not going to be at all surprised by the ending of this. I truly think Del Rio is going to walk out retaining the title. I don't understand what was the point of Del Rio losing the title to Kalisto, then winning it back, and now they're having a rematch for the championship again. Truth of the matter is, Del Rio should have retained the title on Raw, or Kalisto should have just kept the title and retained it in his first title defense against Del Rio on SmackDown, and went about his business with the title in the Royal Rumble match, the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. And that should have been it. I don't think Kalisto deserved to lose that title. Him and Del Rio actually put on the best match last week for the United States title. Other than that, the rest of the show is a complete fucking bore fest as it's been the last several months. And nothing very interesting has happened on these shows. Nothing really stands out, as I've stated multiple times with John and myself and Matthew on the Random Wrestling Talk show and everything else. This show has been just a one after another walk and done deal that nobody's going to remember at all. So nothing surprising here. Del Rio is going to walk away the United States champion. There's no doubt about it. He's retaining the title and going on into the Royal Rumble match. I mean, if he lost a U.S. title, what's the point of him being in the Royal Rumble match anyway? Truth of the matter is, I don't even understand why he's defending the title if he's going to be in the Royal Rumble match. So this match, it could be a decent match, but do I really care about it? Is there any build-up toward it? Absolutely not. There's nothing here that stands out with these two outside of title changes. And, of course, it's going to be a predictable ending. Del Rio wins. I mean, it would be kind of pointless putting the title back on Kalisto when they had the title on him to begin with. So I didn't quite understand any of that. Not to mention, I watched JD from New York 206's a Raw review, and he even mentioned this about Kalisto, or it was another review. I think it was SmackDown's review of Kalisto, and he said something that made sense too, and I'll state that out here. Kalisto should have been facing Del Rio for the U.S. title at the Royal Rumble and winning the belt. That's really where it should have been, and they didn't do that. And I think they just did that for attention grabber, to gain some ratings, to say, hey, look, there was a title change on Monday Night Raw, and look how good it was, because it was actually the only fucking match that was worth watching, and wasn't. It was a big surpriser for Kalisto to even walk away victorious against Del Rio. So I didn't mind it, but then making him lose the title was just fucking dumb on SmackDown. But whatever. Anyway, again, as I mentioned, Del Rio retains against Kalisto for the United States Championship. Then we get our second main event, our co-main event, you could say, as UFC would put it. Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental Championship. Dean Ambrose, the champion, going in against Kevin Owens in a last man standing match. This match, I like the fact that they made this a last man standing match. It puts more prestige in the title. It escalates the storyline and rivalry between Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens a bit more. Unfortunately, there hasn't been a lot of build-up between these two guys. All they've been doing is sneak attacking each other, brawling all over the place, which, makes sense for them to make it a last man standing match. But outside of that, there has been no verbal interactions, no face-to-face confrontations, nothing. It's just been physical altercations between the two, and most of the time behind their backs. Kevin Owens mostly doing that and being a sneaky, dirty fighter. I don't quite agree with that. I think he should be going face-to-face with them head on and doing that. So very unhappy with how they build the storyline. But with all that said, it is nice to see them putting the Intercontinental Championship up for grabs in a last man standing match. In all honesty, you would see that kind of match with the world title on the line, but they're using this for the Intercontinental Championship, and I think that helps build some sort of prestige towards the championship and escalates the rivalry a bit, despite the fact that the rivalry storyline on television has not been built up the way it should be. They were in the right direction with the sneak attacks, the SmackDown altercation with each other on the premiere SmackDown episode of Thursday night on the USA Network. But from there, it was just the same thing over and over and over again. Not a smart move. And as usual, that's all WWE seems to do. The same thing over and over and over again. How many times do you think people can stand seeing the same thing over and over again? Take a break from it. Use it for another time down the line, like in a year or two or something, of doing that kind of instant. But in all honesty, this match is going to be a decent show by both of these guys. You're going to see chairs. You're going to probably see tables. You're going to see them battle all over the arena probably. Hopefully we get to see that and see a really good finish. So in my opinion, Dean Ambrose will retain the Intercontinental Championship against Kevin Owens. I don't think we're really going to see any title changes happening at this event, except now we're talking about the main event with the world title on the line in the Royal Rumble match. This is by far the most predictable fucking event I've ever seen in my life. Last night they go ahead, and I've talked this with John on the Raw review. If you guys haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. It's on my channel, and you'll be able to find it very easily. I just recently uploaded it last night. This is just fucking predictable. You have Roman Reigns as number one, and they're pretending they're drawing with different names and all this bullshit. And everyone, nobody's stupid unless you it's the first time you ever watched WWE programming or something. If so, then that's different. But most of the people know that that whole thing was just a rigged thing, and it was very obvious that's what they were going for here. So nothing special. You know, truth of the matter is, I predict that, there's got to be some sort of surprise here. I definitely could see Triple H not being in the Royal Rumble, but going ahead and screwing Roman Reigns while he's getting near the end of the match. But I don't see Triple H ever winning the title again. That's number one. JD actually said that that would be one of his predictions. I don't believe that. That would be a little insane and very annoying, actually, to be quite honest. But do I feel that Roman Reigns would walk out the champion? Well, that would be the most predictable route to go on. Not to mention, it would be his second time in a row. It would be for the world title of him retaining it over 29 other men that he'd have to compete against. And then you got some other guys that you're throwing to the curb, which is absolutely fucking asinine. Truth of the matter is, Roman Reigns should be getting screwed out of this title and not walking away champion. We should see a new champion for the world championship. That's all we should be seeing. And the man that should win it, if you want to get surprised, you want to see something that you didn't expect coming, but is a dark horse and could win, that would be Bray Wyatt. I think Bray Wyatt should be the guy who wins the title and walks away. The second option would be Brock Lesnar. That would be predictable again, but it would be fun to see. I would enjoy seeing Brock win the championship because he never lost the title, officially, because he was never pinned, number one. Number two, Seth Rollins wasn't officially part of the freaking match to begin with. It was just him and Roman Reigns. So, again, Brock winning the championship or Bray Wyatt would be my best bet. And that's in my heart, but realistically, probably it's going to be fucking, what's his name? Freaking Roman Reigns walking out, retaining the title. And I've said this last night on my Raw review, and I'm going to say it one last time. And then I'm not going to say it ever again. The only reason why I keep repeating it over and over again is because if I have any new viewers, in case they are watching this, I want them to know that if Roman Reigns walks out retaining the title in one of the biggest screw jobs that you could possibly think of, that's very obvious, but yet still walks out the champion, being totally unrealistic, because all you have to have is about 5 to 10 guys at one time and teaming up together and just throwing Roman Reigns out. You'd have to battle the whole fucking roster of those 29. Have to battle all 29 men at one time. And that ain't even fucking possible. So, truth of the matter is, you got to see a new champion, or this is bullshit. And truth of the matter is, I've already leaned towards this, and I'm probably going to do this whether or not Roman Reigns retains the title or doesn't. I am saying this straight up, and this will be the last time I say this. Roman Reigns wins and retains the title, I'm guaranteeing I am not watching any more WWE current content product stuff on my television set again until I hear the reviews by the bigger YouTube channels saying that they're seeing differences in comparison what it is now. Going ahead and noticing that I'm going to watch the pay-per-views. I will give you guys up-to-date pay-per-views, but I cannot sit through a weekly basis of 3-hour episodes of Monday Night Raw and SmackDowns that don't even have any kind of storyline build-up whatsoever outside of maybe 2 matches that are on the pay-per-view card being built up. I can't do it. I'm sorry. After WrestleMania 32, it will be done and over with until different things start happening and there's improvements made in the WWE's current product. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing WWE retro reviews of Raw and SmackDown, whatever Raw and SmackDown episodes are available in chronological order off of the WWE Network. And that's what I'm going to do from here on out after WrestleMania 32. Otherwise, it's just going to be pay-per-views only, and I'm going to waste one time out of the month to watch their pay-per-view, and hopefully they start to improve. And if so, I will change my mind to watching the WWE's current product. But for the time being, I'm on the road to my finale of WrestleMania 32, and even if Roman Reigns doesn't retain the title, or even if he was to lose, and the product doesn't get better as you go into WrestleMania, I'm doing the same thing. So no matter what, you're more likely ain't going to hear reviews outside of the pay-per-views on my channel for a while until things start to pick up and improve, if that ever happens. Probably it won't. I don't know. I'm starting to have my doubts about WWE's current product, but who fucking cares? You always got the WWE Network to use against them and hurt their fucking ratings anyway, and watch some good wrestling that they used to produce that you might not even remember, because there is so much fucking content and hours spent that you could watch, and I'm going to do them in chronological order on a week-to-week basis, watching one episode per week to review, and I will probably also do those reviews with Matt and John, who work with me on the Random Wrestling Talk episodes. So at this time, I do thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching this Royal Rumble prediction. Hopefully I'll be able to put up the Royal Rumble review video if I can watch it when it's going on. If not, it will be later on during that same week that it was finished. Anyway, at this time, lay it the smacketh down on that subscribe button, and thank you very much for watching. And also, leave your comments and opinions down below. I definitely like to hear from you guys, and I'll definitely respond back to you. Thank you, and have a great day.